About racism, why did I say that racism is about the same as it was? I said that because I think that you can see that racism, unfortunately, still exists. And I wish that wasn't the case, but I think it is. So, again, I think that you can see it in the news and see it in everything that we see out there, unfortunately. And so, yeah, racism is still the same and it's still out there, and we should do something about that.
I say it increased because ever since Donald Trump come into office, he's just created so much drama among people, and apparently it's a socially acceptable thing to just say anything that comes out of your mind without a filter, and it's just increasing racial tension.
Do I think racism is more prevalent today or less? I said it's more. There's more racism in the world today because all the things that have been happening in the news and around the world about race wars. You see more riots concerning crimes against blacks, crimes against white, and there's more people fueling the fire as well, locally and nationally.
About racism, I feel like it was around in history. We don't really learn from our history. So in the present day, we always have it. And then in the future, racism will exist. It might shift to a different minority, but it'll always be there. And it's about inferiority and power. I mean, that's why racism exists. So I feel like it'll always remain the same. It'll always be there.
It's gotten worse because Trump is a white nationalist, as are all of his people, and he's a racist. And he's given people license to be open Klan members all over again.
I don't feel that racism is a big deal anymore. People are getting along better than they ever have. So if you feel that racism is a problem, then you might be the problem.
So I don't think racism has changed in the last 5 years. We are not a racist country. In fact, I really don't know anybody who is racist, and it's just silly to me. They caused this whole racism thing just to divide the country, to gain control. That's really all it is.
It has increased because you can see racial profiling everywhere. And if you're a person of color, you get treated much less than a white person would have.
With social media, racism has spread more than it has in society online.
I don't know if racism has actually increased, but it's definitely shown itself more. I feel like back a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago, it just wasn't that prevalent, or you just weren't aware of it. But now with social media and the president that we have, people are just showing their true colors a whole lot more.
So I think racism has remained pretty constant throughout history for humans, just because it's a very tribal instinct, and unfortunately it's not going to go away. However, I think that it has remained the same and hasn't gotten worse, because I think it's just getting more of a spotlight now, because people feel they have the ability to voice their opinion now on such things without getting reprimanded. So they're just more vocal, however they're not more numerous, if that makes sense.